They were going at it, and Kenny was just like,
Yeah, I was trying to rip it off.
White guys! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Wait. I'm sorry. There should not be any boys or girls listening to this. This is strictly an adults situation. I mean, maybe PG-13, PG-14.
With
15.
parental guidance, Norm, that would probably be necessary with this type of program.
Might be a little weird to listen to this show with your parent, though. So
then just have them.
Never mind. Kids, welcome in.
Welcome.
Welcome to White Guys. My name's Norm Fetter. With me, as usually always, is the man who puts the G in G spot, a.k.a. the non-blowing G, Kenny, a motherfucking G. How you doing, pal?
I feel great.
I love to hear that.
I feel really good.
And behind the screen, as always, the man running the fucking show, JoJo.
The real MVP, bitches.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm tired.
Yeah.
How fast can you run in them slips?
Oh, faster than you think, bro.
You fought some traffic today.
Yeah, I fought some traffic and missed turns, missed opportunities.
So Kenny and I have been, you were fighting traffic, and Kenny and I have been drinking the entire time you were fighting traffic.
Yeah, so my day's just going to keep getting better.
We were on the fight with you.
We'll see how this episode goes.
We felt your pain, but from a distance.
Felt your taint.
Yeah, we were in like a real peaceful area and like zero traffic where we're at.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you'll notice that we're missing somebody tonight.
Who dat?
Matt.
Who? Nah, we are.
So just to let all the listeners know, Matt is actually on paternity leave. He's pulling a page out of the Pete Buttigieg playbook. He actually just adopted a Haitian migrant child. So he's at home figuring out how to be a father to a little black boy. And so I applaud him for that. I think we all should. The kid's parents were supposedly killed in a car crash in Springfield, Ohio.
No.
Matt heard about it and was like, I'm going to do something nice for a young Haitian baby boy. And he adopted the motherfucker.
He's a good man.
So it's a good man. So we'll see. We'll check in with Matt soon, I'm sure. We'll see how he's doing with that, becoming a father to a little Haitian baby. But
can't wait to see the holiday photos. So excited.
Very excited.
Proud of you, Matt.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
God bless you. That's your Asian.
I haven't reminded you all, our beautiful, wonderful, intelligent, sexy listeners, that we really appreciate when you donkey punch that like button on the videos. If you're on YouTube, please do that. Please hit the subscribe button. I'm not trying to beg, but it really helps.
But on my hands and knees.
I'm begging you. Please subscribe. Subscribe to the White Guys. We need it. We need your subscriptions. Praise Jesus.
Amen.
Praise
Hallelujah.
Kenny G. And if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, 5-star rating would be really appreciated. And on Apple Podcasts, you can write us a review too. I don't even care if it's bad. Just write us something. Help us. Help us help you is
Help
what I'm
us.
trying to say.
Help us, help you, help us.
Help us help you. Help us. That makes sense?
Yo, if we're not helping each other, what the fuck are we doing?
What the fuck are we doing?
I need help.
If you're not
You
working on your
definitely
wellness,
You can go fuck yourself.
there we go. Classic Kenny G.
Well, that's the one that made more sense. I mean, there's so many different ways you could say, work on your wellness, but I think that one's more effective.
That's the best one.
Yeah. If you ain't working on yourself, you pretty much fucked yourself.
Speaking of classic,
Oof. The champagne?
I am drinking, since we're kicking it old school,
Damn.
classical style, I'm drinking the very first beer that I ever drank on this podcast.
Does it have that sexy girl on there?
She's right up there at the top. Sitting on the moon.
Chantilly lace.
This conversation makes me feel uncomfortable.
You're not here. Just continue.
And for those of you who don't know, Miller High Life, your beer can only be called the champagne of beers if it's produced in the Champaign region of Milwaukee.
Where the hell is that at?
Otherwise, it's just sparkling beer.
It sounds like Sham Pipple.
So,
Buttons.
Don't do it, Kenny.
you want to know what I did Monday night?
What did you do Monday? Do laundry?
I went to see Tucker Carlson, Jack Posobiec, who, whatever. Some people know him.
At the laundromat?
And Alex motherfucking Jones.
What?
In Reading, Pennsylvania.
InfoWar.
40 minutes away in Reading, Pennsylvania at the Santander Center.
Was Santander there?
I don't even know who
he eating the brown
Santander
asses?
is.
Dude, where was our invite? I had no idea.
So I bought tickets probably 2 months ago for me and Matt. I forgot to. This will be a good illustration of like how screwed up I've been lately. Just like not screwed up. Just I have a lot floating around in my head. I'm working on writing a bunch of sketches apart from just regular work and being a dad and all that shit. So when I bought the tickets, it automatically went to my phone, as an event on that day. I did, however, forget to set up a reminder previous to that. So it was Monday night. I was about to take my son to the gym and I get a reminder that says, in 1 hour, Tucker Carlson and Alex Jones in Reading, Pennsylvania.
Santander.
Yeah. Traffic is light. 45 minutes. I was like, holy shit.
You better get your skivvies
Texted
on.
Matt right away. No answer. Called him. No answer. Called him again. No answer. Had to explain to my kids, I got to go, guys. I bought tickets. These are $70 tickets. I'm sorry. You guys are going to have to put yourselves to bed tonight. You're fine. You'll do it. So the whole way there, I'm calling Matt. Like leaving him messages in Alex Jones' voice. You better get your ass to the Santander Center in Reading, Pennsylvania, motherfucker. It's going to be the night of a lifetime. I'm going to be there with Tucker Carlson.
How cool.
And Matt was asleep. Fucking missed it.
Old man Matt.
I got in there 5 minutes. Luckily, there were like some local dudes just doing like an intro, like an opening band, basically. I had never been to a political event like this before. Place was packed. I don't know if it was sold out, but it looked like it was sold out. So I got in there like 5 minutes before Tucker went on, and the place went nuts. It was quite a thing to experience. And Tucker had a great. So he's doing a national tour now, and he has different guests each time. Like I think the night before he had JD Vance and Hershey, PA. He's had he's had Megyn Kelly. He's had a bunch of different people. But when I heard that Alex Jones was going to be with him in Reading, I was like, we got to go. We got to go. And Matt was all about it. He was like, it's been a life goal of mine to see Alex Jones live. And so I feel so bad he didn't make it. But
Happy sleeper.
yeah, I hope he had a good nap.
Sleeper cell.
I hope he had a good nap.
Night. He's probably sleeping right now.
I would drop in a video from that night, but I'm pretty sure that Alex Jones is still banned on YouTube. So I'm not going to do that. But Tucker, you can see the whole show. He released video and audio over the whole show, but it was really cool. Tucker went on he did a whole intro speech. And I think I was telling you earlier, like it wasn't necessarily all that overtly political. Like he talked about being in Pennsylvania, being in Reading. He knew the town. He was fishing earlier in the day in one of the state parks and walking around Reading, just seeing how far Reading has fallen, as a lot of like small, once great Pennsylvania towns have. And his whole kind of thesis for his talk was like, our leaders are failing us. Right. So he brought it back to also fucking Zelensky from Ukraine happened to be in Pennsylvania that day and met with our governor, Josh Shapiro, and they went to a munitions plant somewhere in PA, and the two of them were signing their names on artillery shells, which are going to go to probably kill innocent people in either Ukraine or Russia. And Tucker was like, how the fuck, as a governor of a state where you have towns like Reading, like Norristown, like all these other towns in Pennsylvania that are fucking hurting, that have people sleeping on the street, you know, sitting in their own piss and shit. And you have this photo op with the president of another country who we've already sent billions of dollars to, signing your names on artillery shells to go kill people in a war that we should have nothing to do with, when you have homeless people on the streets in Reading, Pennsylvania.
They're fighting the wrong war.
So it was great. He really it was all about kind of what it means to be an American and what it means to give a shit about your fellow countrymen. And it was almost anti-political in a way. It was like, we need to stop all this political bickering and we need to get back to what really is important, right? And it's caring about our neighbors, caring about the people that we live with, the people around us, not only in our small towns and our bigger towns and states, but our country, and giving a shit about making this country a better place again, or great again, as some people say.
Some people say things.
Yeah.
I like the better was good. Make it better again.
But and then he introduced Alex Jones, and the place went bananas. I wasn't expecting it. Like, I still kind of thought Alex was more of kind of an underground guy.
Nah.
But
It's been around a long time now.
people lost their minds
They
when
went
he came
coconuts.
out. It was incredible. And he kind of did what he does. You know, he talked about the globalists, and but he also kind of brought it back to the same thing that Tucker was talking about. It's like, we have serious problems in this country that need to be addressed, and politicians, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, are not addressing them. You know, and how do we keep voting these people in office who are somehow okay with fellow Americans living on the fucking streets?
Because they're not, and they got their pockets filled.
Yeah.
Basically. I mean, like every time I look right or left, forward, backwards, it's all business, every direction. And it's for everyone but us.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's the sad reality. Like, it's just really, I just see it that way. Like health, and like everything. They're not for us, bro.
It's so weird for me to think about, like, you know, the big stigma, like, make America great again, when, like, my whole life I've grown up in, like, as it's, like, going down and getting worse and worse and worse. But you guys actually experienced it when it was good. So, like, I have such a
When
weird...
I was young, when I was really
The
young.
tail end of it, yeah, when we were still young.
Yeah, like, I have such a... I have, like, you know, like, in my perspective, I have such a disconnect to even thinking about that, because my whole life's been... It's been shit. You know what I mean? Like, the whole world falling apart, the United States going down, homeless rates going up, prices, everything going up. And now that I'm coming into adulthood, like, that's all I've known my whole life.
Yeah.
So I have that weird disconnect of, like, even trying to imagine, like, it being good or getting it too good again. You know what I mean?
Yep.
No, it was really good growing up. I mean, I would ride my bike downtown, like everyone, like, it wasn't sold out yet. They didn't sell over yet, and it was like beautiful, prosperous.
I
like,
think it was
wonderful.
it was
We're talking 80s though. We're talking like 80s, like, and then like I think once it like crossed.
I think
into the 90s,
mid 90s really is
like
when it
fell
started.
off.
And that's when I started to have conversations with my father, RIP, because he grew up in a time when it was even greater,
right?
when it was still coming up, and he couldn't understand kind of the negativity of Gen X and kind of the bleakness that And I remember clear as day explaining to him this one conversation we were having where I said, Dad, like, you need to understand, when you grew up, America was still ascending.
Right. On the rise.
They were still on the rise. Like, we're declining now. Like, we don't have, you guys thought about going to the moon. You thought about you had all these grand plans. You had all these big things. And like post 80s, post early 90s, things did start to decline. And that's when people like started to believe that there was nothing to believe in. Right. And I fell into that trap when I was younger, when I was in my early 20s, for sure. I was totally negative, thinking there's nothing to believe in. There's like no fucking future.
I felt that way in grade school, dude.
I didn't see any point in having children. I was like, why would I bring children into a world that's in decline? You know? And then once I got a little bit older and saw that I was kind of locked into this negative loop and that there were actually many positive, beautiful things about the world, kind of got myself out of that. But, right. And I don't know if that's just a generational thing. I mean, I feel like it's a newer thing, like since the 90s. Like, I don't think generations ago kids were having the same conflicts with their parents, because it was constantly getting better, right? It was like we were constantly expanding, we were constantly becoming greater, evolving, you know. And then we got to some point where
it's just stagnant. I think
it's at the top. And
I like how I roll now. Like, I don't even consider like some of the shit that's currently going on, because if I did, like, I wouldn't be able to have a good day. You know what I mean? Like, so now how I roll in the world, it's like I just try to be nice to everybody, like authentically, because people are going through it, period. Like, every person I look at in this room, everyone in the world, like, everyone's got something going on, dude. Like, and it's like, you got to be careful how you communicate with these people, because it could be that one thing that triggers them to like fucking sock you or murder you. Like, I don't know, like.
No, it's the truth, dude. Everyone's dealing with so much shit.
People on they're on breaking points right now. It's just like, I think that's why I try to be like a different kind of flow when I'm out there in the wild. Try to be nice to my norm.
Can I tell you the funniest thing about going to see Tucker and Alex Jones?
Give it to me.
So when the show got out, of course, the line for the bathroom was like 30, 40 deep. I was like, that's fine. I don't have to go that bad. I only had one beer there.
How much was it?
$16.
Damn.
With tip?
No.
Pat!
Yeah.
They got it.
16 ounces, $16.
$1 an ounce.
That is
what did you get?
crazy.
I mean, it was ruin your story, but
It was a Yingling lager.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
And you're in Pennsylvania. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, I guess I parked across the street up on the the seventh floor of the parking garage, which was the roof. So I said, that's fine. I can make it there. I'm sure there'll be a bathroom on the way. No bathroom on the way. Walked up 7 flights, get to the truck, and then I'm like, all right, now I really have to piss.
You got your little container, right?
I had my little, you've seen it, right?
Yeah.
My little
I've used it. I didn't even tell you.
Yeah. So I was like, all right. Wait for the dome lights to go out. It was perfectly bad because, you know, people all are getting in their cars. Get ready. Get situated, you know, scoot to the front of the seat. Like, oh, fuck. Like, feels kind of warm.
You overflowed.
Like, is it just the temperature from, because it's like thin plastic, you know? And I looked down and I'm like, there's a goddamn hole in my urinal. I just pissed all over myself, all over the seat. What? Not.
Oh, damn.
And I'm like, well, I'm not going to pinch it off now. I might as well finish. Like, what am I going to do? So, I mean, out of everything, out of those, you know, probably 24 ounces of urine, I'd say maybe 2 or 3 stayed in the very bottom of the travel urinal.
Sounds like you had a really warm ride home.
It was a warm ride home.
Norm?
I had a couple paper towels in the back and I took off my button down and put that on the seat, and I was like, well, this is just what I'm doing. I'm
gonna drive home
driving
in my
home
pee pants.
in my pee pants.
I just did the same thing.
Did you?
I did that a week ago. Have you ever accidentally pissed between the toilet seat when you're like, I was sitting down to take a shit and I had to piss, and ever just shot between?
Yep.
So I must have hit it in the right angle where it didn't like shoot out, but it just pissed over the edge down the seat.
Yep.
And like, I'm like, all right, finished, take my shit, pull my pants up, dude. And my pants were fucking soaked. But the thing was, I was in a customer's house. I finished the work. I went into the other bathroom, took a shit, and I'm like getting ready to leave. And I pull my pants up. I'm like, oh no. She had a mirror in her room. I turned around, dude. My whole ass was just soaked. So I managed to walk down the stairs. And her so you walk down the stairs, front door's right in front of you. Her office is right to the right. So I walked down and I went sideways. All right, man, everything's fixed. Have a good day. And I walked sideways out the door and then shut the door and then managed to walk sideways away from the ring so the ring didn't see my wet ass.
Oh no,
dude, I was so pissed. And it was an hour drive home.
No, your pants are pissed on.
Yeah.
It's the worst. So hey, happy Tucker.
Happy Tucker. Yeah. It was worth it though. If that's what I had to pay for that night, it's totally worth it. It's been a long time since I pissed my pants.
Yeah, some people pay in pain and Norm pays them with pee.
Yeah.
$16 beers and pissing your pants, baby.
Yeah.
Great night.
Right.
Those are your piss pants.
That's right.
Own
I paid for that.
Were you Wranglers? Were they
But
Wranglers?
they were these.
Oh.
Yeah.
I knew I smelled piss.
No, they just came out of the dryer.
Yeah, I smell piss somewhere. I didn't even want to say nothing.
They're
but
clean now.
Yeah, now I know where the piss smell came
they're all
from.
clean now.
These were his Happy Tucker piss pants. Yo. Let's go.
It's been at least, how old am I? It's probably been
old as
40,
shit. No.
It's probably been at least 18, probably 19 years since I've pissed myself.
Well, you used to do it on purpose then, though. It was a thing.
No, not on
Philly,
not
right?
on purpose. I mean, in your early 20s, when you the first couple of times you get really fucking ripped, really wasted.
Oh, pee pants wasted?
I mean, I've pissed in, umbrella stands, trash cans, bathtubs. I mean, just like the corner of a room.
For real? This was a thing?
Oh yeah.
Never done that.
Fucking gross,
Never?
bro.
No.
Not like
Oh,
pissing
man.
in
I've only ever pissed.
man,
I only
Was
ever
it
pissed my
your
pants one
umbrella
other
stand?
time before that.
Was it your umbrella stand?
No.
No.
That's some dickhead shit. What else you pissing in? What else you pissing in?
I mean, like
Corner. Was it your corner? that you pissed
house plants. You never pissed in a house plant before?
in? No.
They're on the floor. You're looking.
What?
Never?
This is the
No.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I used to fucking.
He was 20, bro.
Please tell me
I
you're on
used-
psychedelics. Or
I used to
crazy.
fucking drink when I was younger. Do you think I drink now? I used to fucking drink when I was younger. And
What were you
that's
drinking?
That's what happens. A lot of whiskey.
Whiskey dick pee.
I don't.
People's
If
fucking
you notice, I
umbrella
don't
stands.
drink whiskey anymore.
Well, didn't you have something over at the one spot we go to, the watering hole that's closed?
Yeah, and what
you
happened?
Fucking went psycho. And
Right.
did some crazy
That's why I
little
don't.
shit.
That's why I don't drink whiskey.
My grandfather, when we used to go up the mountains, we'd have to set a nightlight up in the main room, so he would get really shitty if there wasn't a nightlight. He would just piss randomly in the cabin. So the one night we never believed in him because it never happened to us.
Yeah.
But so we didn't set the nightlight the one night, and our rooms are side by side. So I'm laying on the floor in a sleeping bag because all the beds were taken, and I just not asleep yet. I hear him get out of the bed, and I'm waiting to hear him walk by, and I can just hear the piss hitting the wall on the other side of the cabin.
What?
Yeah, dude.
So I got one even better than that.
Jesus.
This one chick I dated in college, I lived in the basement. I think I may have talked about this basement apartment before. It was in the basement of this house. The house was called the Shack. It was barely standing. It was such a piece of shit. And it was only supposed to be 2 bedrooms, but we had 3 people there, and I took the basement, which was not supposed to be livable, which it was not livable.
Right.
But I was like, yeah, I'll take it, whatever. My girlfriend at the time woke up in the middle of the night. She was So I just had a fucking futon mattress laying on the floor, which every time it rained, the floor got soaked. By the time I took that futon mattress and turned it over, it was like a rainbow of mold. Like every fucking color of mold you could think was on the bottom of this futon mattress. But so and it was up, like in the corner up against the wall. She was against the wall. I was on the outside. She woke up in the middle of the night to an arc of urine. I was asleep on my back. She was next to me. I was pissing up in an arc, and it just happened to be going over her, and she didn't know. She was like all I did was freeze because I didn't know what to do. If I moved, I didn't want to like nudge you and like interrupt the stream and just have it fall down on me. So she was like, I just laid as still as possible, and then eventually, and I got a couple drips on me, but eventually it just came down, and I was like, "Wow,
that's a sensible,
sorry,
logical lady."
Dude,
sorry,
was that the last time you saw her?
Crazy.
Was it the last time you saw her?
Oh my god!
No, she stayed with me for a while after that.
She continued with the norm stream of life.
Dude, I'm a fucking amazing man to date.
I think it's just impressive that you managed to pull that off in your sleep.
In my sleep, yeah. Like, what are the odds
that like it's laying right? Like you would think it may be shooting right, but it had to be flipped over to the side.
Yeah,
you may have been tilted a little bit.
Right.
Like that's impressive.
You got some really good dick direction when you sleep.
Yeah,
huh? You got that directional dick.
She's like, all right, honey, when you go to bed now, the dick has to go to the right instead of the left.
I got it. Even flow.
You know what?
That's pissing again while he is drunk and sleeping.
That's way better than just pissing the bed.
That's
way
better.
Yeah. It's like a whole display. It's like those jumping fountains, you know.
I'm like visualizing it. Like, I thought she was.
I'll show
Norwegian. Are you Italian? Fountain.
Norm, if you lay down next to the toilet, you think you can pull that off again?
Yeah. For sure.
You think you can lay down and park into the toilet?
The arc might not be as high as it used to be, but
there you go. Yeah, someone's getting pissed on.
Might be just more of a.
It may just be rolling over your leg.
Yeah. It'll be if I can arc over my own thigh. That
would be beautiful. Away from your inner thigh.
Oh my god.
So, speaking about Reading, Pennsylvania, which is where this event was. I don't know if I think you do remember, but like back in the day, the only reason for us to go to Reading, Pennsylvania was to go to the head shop to buy whippets.
Whip it good. And freeze your brain.
Right?
Took some brain cells. Yeah.
I bought them there.
Oh, I loved it. You kidding me? I could tell you stories.
That head shop was dark.
Very dark.
It was more than just whippets and
they
weed paraphernalia. I mean, there was there was other shit going on.
Yeah, I think they had glory holes. I think.
Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen was there. I think.
Glory holes.
Yeah, it was good.
That's where that video was shot. I think.
Yeah, it was shot in the dark. Dinger. Someone's like, well, "It's not a doorbell. That's a dinger."
But so that was. I mean, that was what? That was early '90s, and Reading. That part of Reading was rough even then.
Yeah, I loved Reading then.
So
I think Reading now is like probably more dangerous.
Oh, dude, it's insane. Yeah. When I left, for some reason I wasn't thinking about it. I just hit the GPS.
Yeah.
And just followed it instead of, it's not that far off of 422.
Dude, it takes you through the center.
I went all the way through the fucking ghetto of, and I was like, it took me down a business 422.
Yep. So same thing happens to me. The girl I'm talking to, she lives in Reading. She lives right like around like the Reading Phillies stadium.
Yeah.
And it takes you all the way through the center of it. I'm like, dude, like I had people walk up to my car, dude. I blew a red light. I'm like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
I had 3 people walk up to my car. I blew that red light. I said, fuck you. I'm not waiting for you to come up and say something to me. And it's like at 8 o'clock at night. And I'm like, they see a grandma car and a white guy. They're like, oh, he wants drugs or I'm going to rob him. Yeah. Like, fuck
he
that.
Wants some dizzle.
No, thanks.
They want some hobnobbling goblin.
Did you do a lot of whippets back in the day?
Yeah, you can tell. You can definitely tell.
How many did you keep track of the brain cells that you killed?
What?
Enough.
What? Who, me?
Do you know that a whole new generation of kids have been discovering nitrous oxide?
Really?
Yeah.
How the fuck did that happen? They go to Reading?
Well, no, it's they call it galaxy gas. No,
But is it still nitrous?
it's nitrous.
It's the same thing minus the whipped cream.
So, we used to take the whole extra step of, buying the cracker to
Yeah.
put the cartridge into, cracking it, filling up a balloon, and then inhaling a balloon. These kids are cutting out the middleman. No fucking balloon needed. Open up the canister straight to the mouth.
Isn't that dangerous?
I think you may run into a higher chance of, because it's very cold.
Yeah, it's going to freeze your lungs.
So I think you could damage your vocal cords or your esophagus or things a little bit more. Like putting it into the balloon allows it to.
already did it. I did it already.
So these kids, I mean, right?
Dude, it's all over.
It's everywhere. People are doing it in school.
Yep.
It's like a couple years ago, probably maybe a little before your time, people were discovered salvia divinorum. I don't know if you ever did that.
No, I don't mess with these things. I'm straight laced.
So people would do that this was like early YouTube days. People would smoke salvia and just fucking.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Like 10 minutes out, they were out. I'd seen them do it.
Yeah. It's almost like
10
a
minutes.
like a lightweight DMT kind of thing. But the galaxy gas is wild, and I mean, I'm not trying to say we're smarter than kids nowadays, but at least if you were going to do it in a car, the driver wasn't doing it. It would only be the passengers.
If you knew, you knew. If
That
you
we're
don't know,
doing
you're
it.
going to find out some horrific shit.
So these kids are doing it while they're driving, and we got a video of a kid doing it while he's driving, and it's not good.
No. Oh, bam.
Come on. But like,
We never did this shit. I did know a guy that definitely did. Well, we didn't call it galaxy gas, but we called it nitrous.
yeah.
Well, that's the
Hippie
branding that they have. They're branded.
Oh.
They look. They're advertising them
as
like
this.
as like almost like a vape,
Right.
or something like that, and they're selling them in like 7-Elevens and gas stations.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, like a vape, and it says right down the side like not to inhale, but they're selling it like a vape
So
essentially.
you're telling me I can go to like a 7-Elevens?
Or like a little ghetto like vape shop. They'll probably have
I
it.
can get this there?
Yeah.
We probably should have had some for this episode. I feel
You fucked up.
unprepared.
Yeah, I would have totally. I would not have done that.
It's been a long time.
Been a long time since I've been.
Yeah, but
sucking
you
on
can.
gas.
It's literally being advertised like a
Wow.
vape. It's
I don't know
crazy.
if I trust
Yeah.
it though. Yeah, you don't know what they're putting in that shit.
And the manufacturer of the Galaxy Gas branding is like trying to put out reasoning why they're selling it, and they're like, oh, for like I saw one, it was like flavoring bake, like because they're flavored too.
What?
I
Can I
heard
get
that.
buffalo chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're flavoring baked like cake batter or something like something stupid.
Right.
Can I get fries?
So if you use it, because historically it was used for whipped cream.
Yeah.
it's
So that's what you would do.
yeah.
It would, instead of like hand whipping cream,
Yeah.
you put cream in a canister, pop one of those in it, and the gas like whips the cream
Yeah.
automatically. So that's how they're getting around. They're putting this flavoring into it, saying you can flavor your whipped cream or your desserts
Yeah.
with it.
Whipped cream, put it all over your bate.
It's wild though. It's not. It's not good. I mean,
It's weird to see this happening now because this is the same exact thing that happened with the vapes.
yeah.
Like, but now I'm on the other end of it. Like with the vapes, I was
Don't
taking
forget about that K2.
like I was taking part in the whole vape flavor epidemic of young kids starting vaping very young
And the
getting-
Tide Pods.
I didn't do that, but
You definitely look
but
at the Tide Pods.
but like you
He
know
has that
the
look.
younger kids
Look at his
falling for the
face.
flavoring. They're doing the same exact thing
Yeah.
with the Galaxy Gas. But now I'm on the other end of it as an adult, and I'm like smart enough not to do that shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, it's really eye opening to realize like that was happening to me, and I had no idea because I was just young and dumb and like,
Which end are you on, the front end or the back end?
Oh, I'm always in the back end.
You can tell.
Yeah, it's marketing, right?
Yeah, it's business.
It's like,
once again, where there's money needed to be made.
And the ease of it, that's the thing, dude. Again, like porn, vapes, galaxy gas, all this shit right in front of you anytime you want it.
And all
again,
over social media.
And again, I'm not trying to say that we're somehow better than this generation, but what I'm saying is we had to work for that shit.
We had magazines. That
we
shit
had
was
to
hard.
drive
to lift up our dad's mattress.
in our case, drive 40, 45 minutes to this sleazy, grimy shop in West Reading to buy these cartridges of nitrous oxide that were only supposed to be sold to chefs or restaurants, you know.
Professionals. And
we had to buy the cracker. We had to, you know, and now, like you just said,
you're at gas station.
Go to a gas station. You buy, and the canisters are fucking huge. They're like this big.
I seen it on the TV show.
I mean, that's probably at least
on the radio.
I think when we would buy cases of cartridges, there's probably like 12 maybe little ones.
Yeah.
These.
Well, once you start getting on them, you had to do two at once, and you had to double up.
Well, yeah, but I think these new canisters are probably at least 2 cases of the old school tiny cartridges because they were like that.
Oh yeah, I remember.
They were like the CO2 cartridges for like an air gun,
awesome.
For like an air rifle.
Loved it.
That size. It's just the ease of access to everything it's troubling. You know, you don't have to put forth any effort anymore to get, you know, it's like we did the same shit, but we actually had to work for it.
Stop complaining because we have it easier.
No, I'm not. It's like, I don't want it to sound like I'm complaining about it, but there's something to just having this stuff in front of you and just present it to you without having to make any effort.
Ready? Here's my hot take.
Go ahead.
Your parents and their generation of parents don't let that shit slide. And the generalized.
Well, that's for sure. Yeah.
But our parents, and which were you guys that did those things, now just blind eye to it, and it's makes it everyone else who's selling it way easier to advertise to us because you guys started it. And now that you guys did it, it's not as bad as if you were doing it and your parents found you. Now, if I'm doing it and you guys found, like, you know what I mean? It's since you already started it, that's where it started. Now it's easier to happen because now you guys are the ones that are in charge. Yeah. So you're like, oh, we used to do that back in the day. Oh, that's not that bad. All right. Well, if that's the case, then they can sell it to everyone much easier because you are now the generalized adults of America.
Right.
We didn't start the nitrous.
See, I don't agree that it's not that bad. Like, I will, like, I'm not going to be, you know, like our parents were baby boomers, basically, who kind of started the whole decline of this country and the whole decline of everything. Like, right, with the 60s and the sexual revolution and the drug revolution and all that. Like, that's kind of the beginning of
the end,
the decline, in a way, when everything, you know, free love, free sex, free drugs, all that. And then when they had us, they were like, well, we did all this, so we're not going to be as strict with you guys. Like, we all turned out okay. You guys, you know, do some drugs. It's not that bad. So we grew up, a lot of us grew up with, like, parents who were not so strict about things like that. But I think it's actually going to turn around. I think the next generation of parents, I hope, are going to be more strict about those things.
You mean like Gen Z's kids?
And get back to more of not an idea of like fucking purity or something, or not experimenting or doing drugs or anything, because of course kids are going to always want to do that. But I think I think we've been conditioned to think that each generation of children, that it's a natural thing for them to rebel against their parents. And I don't think it's necessarily a natural thing.
Depends how close you are with your parents. I think it's really the guidance. Like, I really believe that, like,
I think it only started in the 60s, though. Like, before that.
See, my parents didn't grow up. I mean, they were from there. My mom wasn't involved in any of that shit. Like,
No?
No, none of that. So she wasn't raised that way. I don't think all those cats went to Woodstock. You know what I mean? Like, not everyone followed that same, like, flow. So, I mean, my mom wasn't into that. Like, my pop wasn't even close to that. And they were so not all, I think. But
my parents are big hippies. So.
A good portion did make it to that, you know. But not everyone was that, you know. I don't know. I think it's really your guidance. Like, if you have a strong family unit, I think you'll have better chances as the child or whenever you become a young adult. Like, I don't know. It's just choices, because I run into a lot of people that, like, your kids are going to do great. You know what I mean? Like, your kids are definitely going to do great. It's all the guidance, even with some of the separation and all that stuff. Like, it's really just being tight with your kid.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's where people will find success with their being young adults. What they're going to grow into is by being guided by someone that's participating and being involved in their life. Because I feel like that's what's fucked up. Is like every parent has to work so much. It's like you can't really spend the time, but you find the time. You know what I mean? So it's just like.
Well, shout out to Matt for taking paternity leave.
Yeah, right. Good for him.
Finding that time.
I'm super excited. We have a new sponsor, guys.
Who that?
And, you know, for a podcast of our size with the number of subscriptions we have and the even smaller number of views that we have, it's not easy for us to get companies to sponsor us. But we have a brand new sponsor. It's also a brand new company. And I'm just going to go ahead and go into the ad read that they gave us, and I'm not going to add anything to it. They were very specific. They were like, we like you guys. We think you're funny, but like, please just do the ad read just, you know, kind of straight. Just don't add anything to it. Don't add anything to the ad.
No curve cock or
I said, all right, that's fine. It's fine. If you're going to sponsor us, I'll just do the ad read. So I don't know if you guys know this, but sperm counts across the world are dropping. Today, the average man is only half as fertile as his grandfather was. Now, scientists believe this could be explained by a number of reasons. Anything from the obesity epidemic to microplastics to the general pussification of men around the world. But Mustang milk is here to help. Mustang milk is 100% pure horse semen with all natural flavoring, no GMOs, and no preservatives. Now, will this product actually increase your sperm count? We can't say. Studies are ongoing. Will your potential child be some kind of weird human horse chimera? It's possible. We don't know. We're just trying to sell some horse jizz. So go to mustangmilk.com and enter the promo code WYT GYS. That's WYT GYS at checkout for 10% off your first order. And let's make American sperm counts great again.
Nailed it.
There we go. Mustang milk, baby.
Oh, yeah,
crazy
dude.
shit.
Yeah, man.
Tim Walls is all up on that.
I heard he was.
You see the photos of him drinking the Mustang milk? I think he was their first celebrity kind of endorsement.
You see how many cases Kenny's already gone through?
You can tell.
Did you get? They said they sent some, and I never saw them show up at the.
What are you talking? I don't know what you're talking about.
You intercepted that. Didn't you?
Yo,
He's sitting at the bottom of the hill waiting for the Amazon.
My Mustang milk. I didn't even have to put in the white guys for 10% off.
You had that Mustang milk mustache.
Yeah, he's wiping it off.
I tried putting out, like, I didn't fuck you up. You fucked you up. I was just trying to participate in the commercial.
No, just a little bit was like.
You up. It's over. All you need is one sip.
I'm an amateur. You're a professional.
At what? What am I professional at?
Horse semen.
Drinking horse semen.
Oh, God. You kidding?
Once you get through first class, it goes down like water.
I mean, you have horses right out the way, so I think you're the one that's probably drinking that.
I might.
Who needs the bottle when you get it right from the
Milky,
tap?
Horsey sausage.
You want to hear something crazy? Crazier than Mustang milk?
There can't be anything more crazy
There
than
is.
that. What? What do you got there, Normandy?
So, we got the mayor of a Muslim majority city in Michigan endorses Trump.
Say what?
Yeah. So this is from, I pulled some quotes here from MSNBC, which, as everyone knows, is the only place that I get my news. MSNBC.
I don't even watch this shit.
Totally nonpartisan. It's the if you
It's
want
the good one.
if
If I
you
do,
ever if you
okay.
want to get into news,
That's the good
that's
news.
the spot to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's G spot.
They
for
got
news.
Rachel Maddow on there. You know her.
Never
She's
know
got
her.
that thick neck.
She's drinking the Mustang's milk.
Oh yeah,
too?
she is. All right, so we got this dude Amir Ghalib. I think that's the pronunciation. Ghalib is a Muslim immigrant from Yemen who serves as the mayor of. This is a good one. Hamtranck, Hamtramck, Michigan.
Is that like a train? Is that like Amtrak? But
Yeah.
like for Michigan?
It's the Muslim Amtrak.
Get on the train.
So this week endorsed Donald Trump for president. In a Facebook post, Khalib wrote, "President Trump and I may not agree on everything, but I know he is a man of principles." He also called him the right choice for this critical time. Right? It's wild. So, and Ghalib seems to have braced for a backlash in his endorsement. He wrote, "I'll not regret my decision no matter what the outcome would be, and I'm ready to face the consequences." So this guy knows people are probably going to come back at him. Like, what the fuck, man?
4 years from now on Twitter.
Yeah. So, but this is this is like the last paragraph of the story. Even though 81% of voters in Hamtramck, a Muslim majority city, cast their ballots for Biden in 2020, there appears to have been no notable outrage to Ghalib throwing his support to Trump, and that should concern Vice President Kamala Harris and her campaign. 81% of the town voted for Biden in 2020. The mayor comes out and supported Trump, and nobody seems to have anything to say against him. So, oh no, Kamala. What do you think? You're Muslim.
I don't have much to say.
Your dad's Muslim.
But if you vote for me, I'll make all your wildest dreams come true. I'm voting for fucking Pedro. Let's go. Fuck out of here.
Again.
Yo, I'm telling you.
He's trying to use this platform to support Trump and get his name out here, and you keep throwing out Pedro's name.
I'm not. I don't give a shit. What?
Norm gives a shit.
Pedro is not even a legal immigrant. I believe I think he's an illegal alien. Why don't you look
You
that
better
up?
do so. I'm not looking any of that shit up because I'm still voting for Pedro.
Well, it's an interesting story, don't you think?
Yeah, of course.
Muslim mayor of a majority Muslim town in Michigan,
From
which is like
Michigan?
flooded with Muslims.
How'd that happen?
It's a good question.
Make that make sense.
How did it happen? Your boy Pedro had something to do with that.
He's not even Muslim. He's Pedro. He might be. I don't even know.
But I think, people, I think it's the whole Democratic Party, Biden support for Israel and anti-Palestine shit. I think a lot of Muslims are, we'll see.
Very upset.
I don't know. We had all the campus protests and everything last year, which we covered a little bit on the show. But people, I don't know. I don't know if that means people are going to vote for Trump or they're just not going to vote. But it's going to be very interesting.
I feel the same way.
Norm, I know you do the TikTok lives a lot. Have you gone to any of the ones where people have the United States pulled up, and they'll do like a poll, and they'll ask like what state you're from, and then like who you're voting for, and then it'll simulate what the outcome's going to be.
Yeah.
And they'll run it for a couple of hours, and then so it'll get like a mass majority of people coming through. Dude, all of them that I've gone through have been like red.
Yeah, it's
Like,
wild.
Like mass, like yeah, maybe one or two states are blue, but like even all the swing states were red. And like I'm like, damn. Now, granted, algorithm may push certain types of people towards certain kinds of content, so we can't say with 100% certainty that is the outcome of that. But still, at the end of the day, like TikTok Live throws me onto some shit I'd never wanted to see.
Yeah.
So I can imagine it is getting both sides coming through, but dude, I've seen like 10 of these streams from different people.
Yeah. And TikTok is overwhelmingly left leaning. I mean, they do a lot to censor conservative content creators. So if those polls on TikTok are leaning that hard red, I think the truth might be even more hardcore than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if it's being censored through TikTok, which is very left, and those videos are still coming through, or those votes are still coming through, it might, I don't know. We'll see. Like, like nobody knows what to believe.
Yeah, you never actually
like
know.
Could you trust? Like, I don't trust any polls. Have you ever been called to answer a poll ever in your life? Like
just the North Pole.
Yeah. Isn't that the South Pole for you?
South Pole.
You want to do something nice?
Something, please. Jesus, help me.
All right. So I know.
Oh, sorry.
Play it.
Nice.
I know you like cat videos. I found a cat video for you.
Not the one that I would have chosen. That's a little sus.
It's a cute little pussy cat.
Matt texted in. He's like, "Listen, if you put one more cat video, it has to be
the
this."
cab, that's for damn sure. Yeah, and that motherfucker was doing some other shit.
Thanks for sending me that.
Oh, I didn't send you that. There's no fucking way. I like cats.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Hitler cat before?
Love him. Love him.
I think it's a nice video, Kenny. How'd you feel after that?
McLovin. You talk about McLovin? Some bitch.
McLovin Hitler cat.
Let's wrap this up.
All right, so we got a brand new segment on the show. Mm-hmm. Now, hopefully, you've heard me say we have a brand new segment many times, then we've never repeated that segment ever again. Mm-hmm. But it's my hope that we're actually going to repeat this segment, and this might become our closing segment on the show if you happen to stick around this long until the end. I just worked up a new song and a new video intro for this closing segment today after work, and it's called Get Tough.
Hold it! Damn. It's pretty good.
Get tough. You like that?
I love it.
You fucking like that?
I love it.
You like that?
Hell yeah, brother, get tough.
Let's get tough. Kind of look like Caitlin Clark, don't you think? Basketball player.
A little bit. I thought it was more like Backstreet Boys, like
Minus the
hanging
balls.
So for the audio only listeners, that was the audio, the screaming in the background was a arm wrestling match between Kenny and JoJo from last week. After about half a case of beer each, they were going at it, and Kenny was just like,
Yeah, I was trying to rip it off.
yeah. All right, so here we go. Welcome to Get Tough. It's going to be our new segment in which we ask the really tough questions, such as, what is a woman? Communism, great or the greatest? And pedophiles, are they just misunderstood? Don't they also have a lot of love to give? So shit like that, okay? The tough questions.
That sounds really tough.
So tonight for our first one, we're going to harken back to the beginning of the show. The question is, what is Matt busy doing now that he has adopted a Haitian baby? You want to take it first, Kenny?
I think I got something.
Yeah?
The last time I talked to him, he was like hand embroidering onesies for his Haitian baby barbecue.
Nice. So he's putting the name
He's like embroidering the name right on the onesie.
barbecue right on the onesie.
Barbecue right on the onesie.
Nice. I
For
like
his
it.
little baby. His little baby. So
Could you see Matt hand
I think he's probably gonna do it in the reversal. It's probably gonna be backwards.
I mean, he's on leave right now. He has time.
He's got time. What the fuck do you do on paternity leave? This.
Fucking embroidered.
This is what we're trying to answer with this question.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just.
Do you have one, JoJo?
Oh yeah, I got one. He's getting ready to leave the home so his son can have an authentic black childhood.
Oh,
What?
dark.
Now I wonder if he gets to take his onesie with him. I wonder if like is
I
he
like
gonna
it.
finish
I mean,
the
it's
onesie?
Matt. It's Matt we're talking
I like
about.
it.
I feel like
it. Yeah.
So hopefully
Hot
he
take.
finishes the boy's name, boy barbecue's name on the onesie,
Yeah.
so he can go home.
He just gets the barb and then he leaves, and the kid grows up being like, "What's my barb?"
Barb.
And then he ends up having a trans Haitian baby who thinks his name is Barb.
E.
And could you imagine?
Barbie girl living in a Barbie world. I thought it was barbecue.
What do you got, Norm?
I thought it was. My dad gave me a onesie that said Barb. So I got mine is he's learning to use one of those prosthetic breasts so he can feed the baby cat milk straight out of the tit.
Yeah, we need all of our subscribers here to let us know what you think the real answer is, because one of these three answers are right. All right.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Get tough.
Like and subscribe, or we're gonna kill ourselves. Unalive ourselves. Unalive is the word we have to use nowadays.
No, we don't.
You good?
I'm good in the hood.
Great. Good night.
And farewell, everyone. Peace.
Enjoy your Haitian baby, Matt.
White guys.